You guys, this isn't clickbait. A mummy blogger Myka Stauffer and her husband are under serious fire at the moment for rehoming their autistic adopted son because apparently he was too hard for them to look after. So they gave him back to adoption services so they can focus on their 4 biological children. Disgusting. In September 2019, which is only 8 months ago, Myka had posted a pic on Instagram showing off her family, including her adopted son with the caption reading, "I love this big crazy family. Wouldn't change a thing about it." Well, she changed her mind real quick. Myka and her husband James recently posted a video to YouTube titled "An Update to Our Family," where they revealed they decided to rehome their adopted 4-year-old son. James explained that they had come to the brutal decision after discovering there were a lot more special needs that they were not aware of. How convenient for them. Myka, who has over 100,000 followers on Instagram and 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, first introduced her adopted son 2.5 years ago. In the past, she said she wouldn't trade her son, and next minute she's rehoming him. Now, since receiving worldwide backlash, receipts have started to surface that look really dodgy on Myka and James's half, and some of these receipts just don't really make sense. On their recent video, Myka had responded to a comment stating, "We would never just give up a child with special needs. This is a personal matter. To Hux, it had nothing to do with, he just had autism. Multiple scary things happened inside the home towards our other children, and if these events happened with one of my biological kids, after all the help and after the behaviours we witnessed, sadly we would have no other choice than to seek help and get their needs met." Huxley wanted this decision 100%. We saw that in family time with other people. He constantly chose them and signed and showed tons of emotion to show us and let us know he wanted this. Huxley never had a say in his adoption, and he needed more help and also wanted this, and we know that 100%. So what she's trying to tell us is that her non-verbal adopted son told them he didn't want to live with them anymore and wanted to be sent to strangers. It appears in most people's eyes she just tossed him away. Now let's rewind a little to when Myka and her husband James first adopted Huxley. They literally vlogged him with duct tape over his hands as punishment for sucking his thumb, which he did as a coping mechanism. But in the past, people have noticed that when their older children have sucked their thumbs, they were never punished. Putting duct tape over a little kid's hands seems almost medieval. You know, surely this was a sign that their behaviour and actions towards him weren't safe and weren't loving. In this post here, we can see Myka writing out this caption, which clearly has no meaning at this point, just to get clout. "Happy Gotcha Day, sweet boy. Today marks the 1 year that I picked up my beautiful son and our lives were forever changed. Huxley, you have changed our lives for the better, and now that I know how incredible my life is with you in it, I couldn't imagine a day without you. Love you so much, baby bear, and will love you for eternity. Love your mama. Hashtag Gotcha Day. Hashtag China Adoption. Hashtag Adoption Rocks. Hashtag I could have missed this." And in this post we can see Myka using her adopted son to promote sponsorships. And bear in mind, he wouldn't be getting a percentage off whatever she's earned off this post. This adoption hasn't been the easiest ride. We've had so many bumps along the way, but it's by far one of my favourite journeys I've ever embarked on. I love everything about this little boy and I wouldn't trade him for anything. Hashtag the smell of babyhood, at Drift, hashtag ad. Former fans are also finding old videos where Myka was disrespecting her son publicly on camera in order to gain attention and followers.
This is Huxley's 8th tantrum. No more. Come on, let's go. You're not gonna throw a fit when you don't get your way. That's not okay. Let's go. Are you done fitting? Are you done? Are you all done?
And unfortunately in the past, Myka has filmed her son having meltdowns and posted them online, which is just disgusting. Because this child is autistic and so young, he doesn't understand how to express himself. So standing there with a camera filming him isn't beneficial to him at all. What he needed was comfort, without a camera shoved in his face. 2 years ago, Myka and her husband were even talking about adopting another child, probably to use as props for Instagram or to grow their social media. We are praying about adopting again, and my husband wanted to ask what special needs would you consider minor or relatively easy to manage that most people wouldn't consider easy. So from what we can tell, she clearly didn't want to help her adopted son, she just wanted her followers to think she was this amazing and caring mummy blogger, when in reality she's the opposite. Now unfortunately Myka is still monetizing videos with her adopted son in them. They are the most viewed videos on her channel. It really makes you question, what was the whole intention behind adopting the little boy in the first place? So before everyone found out about Myka and James getting rid of their son. They'd been posting bikini pics, TikTok dancing videos, and Bali travel pics all over their social media. Myka had also posted this pic of her and her adopted son to her Instagram only a few months ago. The last couple of days have been hard. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. We've had a lot of meltdowns and a lot of behaviours that have hit us on our knees, begging for God for guidance. On social media and YouTube, we really show the behaviours or the hard stuff because we try our best to respect our son's privacy and dignity. We have had hard days, lots of them. I wish autism and adoption trauma had a manual to direct you through it all. And then fast forward to not long after this post, they rehomed their adopted little boy and went on holiday. Another disturbing thing to note is that Myka has changed her descriptions on all her social media from having 5 kids to only having 4. What the heck? So Myka lives a very luxurious lifestyle. You know, someone with that amount of followers could very easily afford professional help for her autistic son who needs it. So it's pretty shocking and disgusting to say the least. Like, clearly in her eyes, her adopted son didn't fit into her Instagram aesthetic. And if he was so hard to look after, then why did she adopt him in the first place? And why would she want to adopt more? She knew it was going to be hard. We've seen a lot of videos of the 4-year-old boy over the past couple of years, and I know they wouldn't be posting everything because she said they weren't, but from what people have seen, he wasn't even as difficult as she'd made him out to be. And even if he was, I don't know, maybe put down the camera for a second and give him your full undivided attention, which is probably what he needed all along. And with the whole monetization thing and how they're still profiting off videos they've made of him, which got them their followers in the first place, they're even monetizing their latest video explaining how they gave up their adopted son. It's all about money, it's all about fame, it's all about the aesthetic, but their followers have caught on to this. And let me tell you right now, people aren't having it. From the little boy's perspective, the whole adoption experience would have been traumatizing. Who knows what his past looked like? And then being homed in an alleged loving environment. And on top of all that, autistic children need structure and stability and routine. Routine is very important, and they've basically stripped that from this little boy, and he, without a doubt, will be feeling abandoned at this point, at such a young age too. That is bound to have a detrimental effect on him. I mean, I'm sure, like Myka said, he's going to a better home with a mother who has professional training and who will probably care for him more, but like, it's hard to get out of your head what they've done to this little boy, and who knows what other problems will come out of this for him. Not only that, but the fact that they adopted him and shoved cameras in his face when he was needing help and having meltdowns is seriously effed up.
Huxley has had multiple meltdowns.
I'm not having a good day today.
We never tell you guys the truth. And that's why you don't see Huxley a lot in the vlogs. He's probably having a meltdown. Are you done?
He's just
Are you
having a
over
bad
yourself?
day. He's a grumpy day today.
When we get home.
But in hindsight, it is better he's out of that house because he needs parents who will love him unconditionally. And I don't see Myka or James giving up their biological children, so clearly unconditional love for an adopted child doesn't apply to them, something they should have thought of before they decided to grow their family through using the adoption system. Now, if we analyse the video Myka and James recently posted, her fake tears are reminding everyone of Laura Lee. They also basically referred to him like he was a pet who growled at them once and then just got rid of him. Again, why would you adopt a child, let alone a child that needs a lot of care, if you're not willing to make sacrifices? Also, the fact that she's deleting certain comments to make it seem like the majority of her followers are supportive is really manipulative, considering she's trending all over Twitter and not in a good way. They've taken the like to dislike ratio off the video, and they're even liking the very select few supportive comments, commending them for abandoning their adopted son. For example, she pinned this comment on her video. A fan had commented, "I was adopted at 8 months old. My sister at about 14 months from China. We both had issues of our own coming from another country. My sister a little bit more than me because she was older when she was adopted. I respect you so much for having the courage to make such a heartbreaking and hard decision. You are such great parents. You have to do what's right for ... Another commenter whose comment she liked had said, "Some will be quick to judge, saying some things they have no clue about. I know how hard you have tried to make everything work. The amount of time and resources are staggering. Those who say let him be, don't try to fix him, don't have a clue. Here's the fact of the matter. You gave this boy a chance at life when you adopted him from a communist country and brought him home. In the end, you're doing what's best for Hux. I pray that your hearts are healed in time. I pray that Hux thrives with his new family, and I pray that everyone shows you grace and mercy in these times. It's easy for some to say what they would do, but until they have lived it, they will never actually know. God bless you and Hux. Keep your heads up. Love you." This narrative she's pushing or trying to on her video and social media in general is really disturbing, and honestly, people are seeing right through the BS. No one is happy or impressed with what she's done, and the social media brand she's grown will soon quickly fade, because ultimately she profited off adoption and then gave it all up because it was too hard. Let me know your thoughts on this problematic mummy blogger in the comments.